This podcast is best heard with headphones.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Talk of the House, episode 5. Okay, stop that.
Sorry.
What's up, guys? How do you guys feel?
I feel hungry.
You feel, of course, you always feel hungry. We're talking about Asyraf. You also feel hungry, right?
Yeah, but I'm more sleepy, I think.
More sleepy. Yeah, it's 9 a.m. in the morning. I mean,
Right.
I think it's 10.
Almost 10, yeah.
It's 10 because somebody
Was
has nerve to go to Guardian first at 9:15 a.m.
Yeah, but it wasn't open.
Yeah, I mean it's
Okay.
9. Of course, it's
I
not
thought it
open
opened
at
at
9.
9.
I think it opens at 10.
Yeah, it opens at
Yeah.
10.
Yo, just knock on the door. Like, hey, yo!
You know, it was half
Open for me.
open. The shutter was half open. I wanted to like go in, but I had the decency, so I like never.
I think if Asyraf,
Apa
you
like,
just go in like, hey, hello.
it's my store, bro. Let's go in.
Okay, yeah, welcome back to the Talk of the House. It has been just a few days since we last recorded the last episode.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
3 days actually.
3 days.
Oh, you were counting, huh? You missed it
She
that
counted.
much.
I was like, oh my god, so fast.
She's waiting for this moment.
Yeah. But by the time, whoa.
Sorry.
But by the time you guys are listening to this, it has been a week, but it has been just a few days for us. So we're still tired, and we're gonna have a busy week. What the hell is wrong with you?
Sorry, I drank coffee.
Excuse
Okay.
me, I also have coffee, but it's with milk, so I'm gonna die soon. So today's topic will be a big one. Today's episode is pretty much gonna be us debating on which of it is better. So the topic is equality against equity. So what the fuck? Okay, so by definition, equality is pretty much everyone gets the same thing. So let's say I work hard, everyone works hard, everybody gets the same pay. But for equity, it's pretty much it's based on how much you work for it, I guess. Let's say I work is it equity? I don't equity is pretty much I'm wrong. Equity is pretty much
You all end up at the same thing, kind of thing.
yeah. You guys start in a
Same
different place but end up at same level, same position. Same position. Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
You want know what's the funny thing? I don't understand anything you just said. I'm like,
Okay, so pretty much equity is like let's say I'm part of the government, and let's say
The government.
let's say Jurong is more needy of like computers in schools.
computers in school.
Yeah, in schools. I would give them more computers. I would give them more opportunity to get more computers rather than like more computers than the other districts because they need it more, so that they can catch up with the other other schools. I mean, so that's what it means.
Equity.
Yes.
Okay.
Equality is pretty much, let's say if Jurong needs more, doesn't matter. Everybody still gets the same amount. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, with that said, in your own words, it feels like an exam. In your own words, what is equality to you? Like in terms of society.
Society.
Yeah. Anybody want to start first? Let's not start with Muna. Last time she's always start first.
Syazwan is always looking at me first, and I'm like,
You're right in front of me. Okay.
What can he do?
Before I forget my words, like I said just now, before we even started.
Just shake your drink in front of me.
Okay, before I forget my words, because just now before we spoke, we already decided that. I already thought that equality is when everyone gets the same treatment, whereas equity is where everyone has the same outcome. Yes, same outcome. That's the easiest thing to describe it. I mean, that's the easiest way to describe it.
If I had to describe it,
what is happening?
Why did you say like that?
Suddenly just like, if I were to describe it,
it would be like communism.
Wow.
Equality is basically communism. Don't do equality.
No such thing. This equality is bad, guy. Actually, I do agree. In communism, no matter how much you get the same thing.
Right.
You know, so that's the problem for equality. That's the con of equality, I guess.
Yeah.
But now,
It's uneven in some sectors.
but nowadays, like, it's used for terms like gender equality or whatever. Yeah, or like equality for women rights or something. So I want to talk about that actually. First, let's talk about equality for women. As the ladies in the podcast, what do you guys think about that?
I had many thoughts about this.
Okay, you then go with her first.
I would say equality in women as in like let's say how people view women, that kind of thing. Like you know, like there are people who view women as cannot drive, cannot do stuff.
At certain,
That kind of
at
thing.
certain,
Oh, sorry.
certain countries, from what I know.
America.
Really?
But anyway, yeah. But I think although all the different countries have different kind of women, I would say that
Different kind of woman.
Yeah, different species of women.
like they should all be treated equally lah, because everyone is still a woman, you know.
Everyone is still a woman.
Yeah, I agree.
That means the organs are the same too.
There are some women who can do things better than other women, but they all just should be treated
Equally.
equally. Yeah,
With
even though they suck.
respect also.
Even though they suck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Dun, 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 dun.
Munirah,
Right.
what do you think about
For women
yeah.
now, I don't
not
know.
women
like,
now, equality for women? What do you think about that?
now.
You know what, last year, of course now lah.
Calm down, sir.
I'm
Like,
joking.
I think obviously as compared to before, now it's better. Like women now like are more recognized for their hard work and what they do. Not like usually it's like I know society always think like, oh, men are better than women in things that like even everyday things. So like, come on, it's an everyday thing. Everyone's a human. Even women are human.
Women.
Women.
You know.
Women.
Okay. Yeah, so I know one of my senior, she's really old. She's married now with a kid. Yeah, she's very young actually. She's 20 something.
Oh.
Yeah, I told her about it.
Oh, she has a kid already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Me and Mashita always have this conversation. She's really supportive in being like, how do I say, like women's equality. Like women also have like.
So pretty much advocate for women's rights.
She's an ambassador of like.
Oh, ambassador.
Yeah. I'm being serious. She posts a lot of like feminism. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, cool, but I didn't read some of it because it's like
a very long.
it's a really long thing. So I'm like, should I read or not? I'm interested, but it's too long.
Right.
Because it's in her Insta story, so I'm like, it's either her kid or feminism. That's all. Yeah. So yeah,
I think people should read like that kind of post more often.
Yeah.
Not just women but also guys, because we as guys we tend to
Underestimate women.
Yeah.
underestimate women.
I love women, so like.
I mean, no,
That's not the point.
that's not what I'm trying to talk about. You know,
That's not the point.
I see.
I think it's growing up in a family.
Full of women.
Yeah, growing up in a very feminine, not very feminine, feminine household. Like, I'm the only son apparently. Actually.
Apparently, I'm the only fan.
Yeah, growing up with like sisters, growing up in a feminine household allowed me to understand like the struggles that women do go through. In the monthly thing, and also like also with growing up as a woman, they get like how to say discriminated against just for being a woman. Sometimes I'm not saying every time, not saying that it happens to everyone, but it does happen to people nowadays. There's not a lot of like not too much of discrimination against women, but there's still like there's still discrimination, you know. For example, like in a workplace, women tend to get less pay than guys, and be considered as like how to say like less, like putting in less effort than guys do, just because of our mentality of, you know, men versus women back then, like how men are supposed to go to work and women are supposed to stay home, cook,
make breakfast and all.
make breakfast, make dinner for the guys. But in today's society, we as men should like provide more, you know. I mean, we still like go to work, but we have to also consider our, you know, let's say we get married, our wife's intentions of her future. Like if she wants to continue working, that's up to her. We have to respect that. And when a family when we have a baby, when we get baby and she still wants to work, that's, you know, but still there's still like a sense of inequality for women in like everywhere and especially like they still get harassed. They still get harassed everywhere they go. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I don't see it in Singapore. I mean, don't see it with my own eyes, but there are stories about it.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot of stories.
It's just that we don't see it. It just happens.
It's the fact that we are so. Some kids are so sheltered from. At least for boys, at least, are so sheltered from such things that we don't actually like see the consequences of such actions. So yeah.
Okay, but I wanna ask something. What do guys think if, like, let's say, if a girl gets harassed, is it her fault or is it like whatever she wears? Like, let's say she fully clothed or she wear bikini. Do you think it's her fault that she gets harassed?
No, I don't think.
Nah.
I don't think so.
Definitely not.
Yeah, my opinion is like, if you want to answer the question first. Or?
Sure, can I? Yeah, I feel like it's definitely not her fault. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter what they wear. They're not asking for your attention specifically. So like
Maybe not specific.
yeah, like they might be trying to appeal to someone or themselves, but like not to everyone. So like people need to know their place sometimes, and they need to like respect boundaries. And I think guys especially tend to forget that, and like
It's like what's nafsu in?
Inner desire.
They like indulge in their inner desire, and like they go too far sometimes.
The inner demons.
I've heard horror stories of like
Horror stories. Oh my god, this is scary.
It is scary now, but
You get it from Reddit?
of like no. Yes. Of like Singaporean schoolgirls, for example, and like they find their pictures of themselves on like random blogs, Tumblr for like pedophiles and shit. And it's just like regular images of them, not like.
It's just like, you know, like you take OOTD, then suddenly they say, guys, my picture has been on Tumblr, like someone help me, that kind of thing.
I did not know
Same.
that. Yeah.
They're just sitting in a bus and someone take a picture of them and they put it on Tumblr.
Wow.
And it's weird, it's creepy, like what?
Wow.
Oh my god,
We don't
girls.
even know that, right? We don't even know that.
I
Oh my
don't
God.
even know that. Oh my gosh, girls,
People can
please
be weird.
be careful. No matter where you go, you wear skirt, you don't wear skirt, you wear pants, you don't wear pants also. Just take care of yourself.
It's just that there are some guys, no matter what you wear, they still turn on. That's weird.
Okay, what?
What?
They'll be turned on even if you wear
No,
like
like,
the whole jubah with
Someone that had a Facebook post, like the girl was literally covered. Like I think only her face was open. Then one guy commented like, "Wow, I want to."
the heck?
On the face.
That is
my.
so weird.
And then everyone was like raging like, what the hell face also you like
I
that?
understand, it's about the mystery lah. Like
Or like you fantasize over how does
It's
he
like, what's behind door number 1?
What do you think?
About the same question? Is it,
Yeah, you did answer. Yeah.
Sorry, what's the question again?
Like, is it her fault that?
Of course, it's not her fault. I mean, anyone can wear whatever they want. And also at the same time, it's our choice to have opinions on how they look like. But then you shouldn't act out upon it. Like, let's say I experienced it. What the fuck?
Experienced it before.
I was in the MRT and I was like going to school, and there was this woman who was sitting down, and there was this guy who came up. I was right beside the woman. I was standing up. You know the end, like the reserve seat. She was sitting there, and I was standing by the glass, and then this guy was like he came up, and he
To you or the
not
girl?
The girl lah.
Oh, sorry.
You want to pick her mouth.
What's your the guy went up to her, the lady, and she was wearing a blouse, I think, and he lifted up her blouse, the bottom part lah.
This one?
Yeah, he not lifted up like totally, but he like, because she was sitting down and her blouse wasn't that long, so he just had to like how to say, gently lift it up and like. But the thing is, I saw that and like I wanted to help, but then the guy had like Down syndrome. Like you can see like he had Down syndrome. Like if I did something, I'm still a bad guy because he's in a way mentally challenged, and I don't want like to be seen as a guy who like you know what I mean,
right? Picks on disabled people.
Yeah, so I had like a dilemma back on that day. But the thing is, I should have helped her because she wasn't the only person who was let's say harassed by that guy. He literally went around the whole cabin.
Wow.
Disturbing other women, and I should have helped, and the fact that I didn't help was one of my regrets. I should have helped lah. So it's not their. I mean, they're dressed as like an office
Worker,
like as office worker or like a poly student. One of them is not even wearing a blouse, like wearing a jeans pants. She was completely covered, and he still like harassed her. But thing is, right, if he wasn't Down syndrome, right, there are people who still would do that, like
True,
like that kind of thing,
true.
because guys nowadays were raised not to respect women and their privacy. So that's why I think
That's why parents out there, teach your kids to be respectful to every single one, no matter where you go.
okay, I'm right there.
No matter where you go.
Right.
So that's why I think it's not the woman's fault, and in that case we also, I mean,
I think it's both ways lah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
For me, I feel like it's both.
But if you're completely covered,
that one is a
that
different
one
story.
is like,
That one is just the man.
Yeah, that one's not their fault lah.
that was Asyraf's fault.
But like,
you know you're blaming everything on Asyraf now.
I mean, there
So
are
it's my
girls who wear like fashionable, kind of short but fashionable, and they get picked on. Okay lah, that one not their fault. But there are those who purposely wear like ooh sexy, that one all. Then you expect not to get wood on.
It's kind of true, but then like I say, everyone has like
They can wear anything
they
Yeah
want,
lah.
you know.
as long as
They
they're
can wear
confident in what they wear.
There was a guy, effective comp who dressed
Alright.
very,
Is it?
Why do I
is it-
feel like I know
Yes.
this person?
They decide.
No names.
I don't want to say anything.
I know.
He was so provocatively.
Yeah.
But no one want to tackle him, ah.
I mean, no comment.
Yeah, I would tackle him.
Whoa.
Would you?
Maybe. He was wearing like fishnets and
I
all.
know.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
interesting.
but at least he looks like
He looks good actually.
he looks good actually. To be
I
very
mean, not to
honest.
us.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, to
I
us,
feel
it was
like
awkward.
No, back then it wasn't that good, but now
Oh
you
yeah,
know
back
what-
then it wasn't that good. Now he's like woo.
Okay, now we don't
He's,
know.
yeah, I feel like last I saw him, like the fashion was decent.
See, even
Because
us.
I think probably because we're always for me like at least I'm always around the IG club.
Fashionable.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I see him a lot,
I see.
and his fashion.
Okay, so let's go back to.
Okay, sorry.
Right.
Let's go back to women's equality. Ashraf, what do you think?
So for me, you mean like if I prefer
Equality
or
for
equity?
no, I mean, what do you think of equality for women?
Women, I think it's a good idea. Lah. I mean, like, I personally am more for equity. I think because like it's more. I think we all have differences, like men and women. Although some of them are different in some ways. Some men are more feminine. Some women are more masculine. But for the most part, all of them are like the same. I mean, like, I mean, all of them are different, and like men are different and women are different. They all have their different strengths and all that. So I feel like everyone has their own place and role. Not that women belong in the kitchen or anything lah. Especially in our country, I feel like
Everyone
has to work.
Yeah.
Both parties have to work these days and like to raise a family. So I feel like of course there's problems like the the salary gap and all that.
Silly.
Yeah, that happens everywhere. Like,
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
it's a common problem. But I feel like in Singapore they excuse it by saying that like it's part because men serve NS, so they get a slight
yes.
boost.
That's what they say.
But I don't know about that lah. But
I mean,
don't know about
it's not like it's a choice to go NS.
yeah, right. We're
So
forced into it.
We're
anyway.
forced into it, so you shouldn't have that in like factor in to our salaries in the
Yeah.
future. Yeah, it shouldn't be part of the reason why we earn more.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, like I appreciate the bonus lah, but
I appreciate the bonus.
but I think equity is the preferable one lah. But like you hear stories about feminism and all that, and although it's a noble cause, sometimes it gets a bit extreme. You see like
yes.
those scary videos on the internet of like feminists tackling people and like it's like
What?
not physically tackling lah, but
Oh.
like they verbally
Verbally, yeah,
assault them and like
You know,
it
they are
feels so
girls,
bad.
right? They don't have much power. See, this is a stereotype.
Wow.
Sorry. No, I
I
wouldn't expect girls to go,
Oh yeah.
I prefer feminism back then, but nowadays it's
Yeah.
so aggressive and so
Alright.
like opinionated.
Like that
you know?
It's
humongous
like
video.
the-
Yeah.
Huh? The
Humongous
what?
video.
Humongous? Oh, you don't know about that
Oh
meme?
no.
We're putting in memes now.
No, it's like now feminism and the gender equality thing is getting overboard. It's like everyone is getting so
Sensitive.
Sensitive.
so it's getting so sensitive over every little thing. Like this morning, I woke up. First thing I saw was the toilet sign with the girl, the boy, and then in the middle is the gender equality thing. And then, like, since when do toilets have that much meaning?
Wasn't that on Twitter? Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's the first thing I saw in the
Yeah,
morning, and I
yeah.
was like, why are people arguing over this toilet sign when you can just go wheelchair?
Huh?
Wheelchair toilet.
Hello.
Oh.
Wheelchair for this bit.
Yeah, it's not for you.
But you know what I mean? Like anyone can go in and it doesn't matter because they are all toilet seats. They don't have a skirt or anything,
Since you're talking about gender equality, right? About the toilet thing, right? If you think about it, if you take a plane or you go somewhere else, like every toilet is a gender neutral bathroom.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what they
Yeah, if you have
quoted.
just like sinks and just stalls, that's gender neutral already.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're trying to get that gender neutral sign.
But then again, you can see why they separate
Yeah,
because
I mean like in public.
yeah,
it's
in public,
a must
yeah,
to separate.
they must.
Right.
But let's say like at home, and
That one is-
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
all gender
as
neutral.
long as the toilet is yours for like 10 minutes only. No, it's gender neutral. Like,
Anyone can use the toilet.
Yeah.
Girls, boys, everyone can use.
So I don't see why they were arguing about that. Yeah, but
That's
but then again, like you said, people nowadays are more sensitive to the most littlest things, which is a problem, because nowadays you have like people identifying as whatever they want, which is fine by me, but don't be so like don't be so in your face about it, Don't be so aggressive or hostile about it. I mean, you guys have watched the the two gender video, right? Like there are only two genders, and you have to convince him otherwise with
right,
that
yeah.
video. And then there's this
I've never watched the video.
never watched the video.
No.
It's pretty much it's just the guy who wants to have a debate, like a polite debate with another person, and to and ask them to change his mind about there being only two genders. Yeah. So there were like people like LGBT supporters like trying to make their claims or make their opinions heard. And there was this one person, not guess. I mean, if you watch the video, you know, who was so aggressive about it that she wasn't being fair in argument because she keeps
interrupting him and all
the
that.
guy
Yeah.
from explaining when she wasn't even like she didn't even explain that well herself.
Usually people are like that.
Yeah. So if you're asking for gender equality, at least be nice about it. I mean, I get where they're coming from. Back then, people who feel like they don't feel like the gender that they're in, they were all mistreated or whatever. I get where they're coming from, but then if you want to foster a change, you have to be polite about it.
That's
You have to be the good guy in it. So yeah.
It always comes back to this, right? Every episode always comes back
Yeah,
to
it's about being nice,
It's like everyone now is so hostile. Like you say something, is either the person comes back with a curse and they don't explain what they are trying to say. It's always like that.
It's I don't know. It's just people should learn to be less sensitive about things,
And be
more
nice.
open-minded.
Yeah, be open-minded. To be able to accept other people's opinions. Yeah, that's the most important thing. Oh my God, I'm gonna burp.
I'm gonna fart, but it's not
Whoa.
coming out.
That's
That's
recorded, by the way.
Yes.
So, Munirah, what do you think about gender equality?
I don't know. I'm just neutral. To me, like
Gender neutral?
I'm being serious. Like I don't care if you're a girl or a guy, as
She's
long as
gender
you
neutral,
like
yeah.
you work hard for something, or like especially when it comes to work. And I don't like when it comes to like people think that like every woman thinks like they are not like, how do I say, it's like everyone's not supporting the woman. So that's the part where I really hate lah. But then when it comes to like here in school, or like I grew up always seeing like two different sides, where one is like they don't support women, and the other one's like they support women, like gender equality, which is you guys, actually all my friends. I see that in school like every day lah, apparently, like because everyone treats each other equally with respect also, no matter what your gender is. So to me, like I feel like what? Yes.
That is a phone.
That's a phone, yes. Yes. So to me, like I don't know, like gender equality, like everyone just need to be open-minded lah. I don't care like if you're a guy, you're a gay, you're a lesbian, you're a transgender, or a woman yourself. You just respect each other lah. That's all. Everyone works hard for what they want and what they need to. Yeah.
That's what we all need to do.
Yeah. To be very honest.
In order to be like, we want to be all like we want to be all equality or something, but you don't act upon it, So that's the problem. So anyways, let's go back to the equity versus equality side of things. You already answered the question, right?
Yeah.
Which one do you choose?
Yeah. I prefer
okay.
equity.
Prefer equity. Wait, okay. I mean, I also prefer equity.
I think it's a
because,
mix of what. For the most part, equity. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty much you work for it, right? Yeah. How about Mashita?
Equity also.
That's all. I mean,
like
somebody just explained for like 10 minutes.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
equity.
he had a good explanation.
Yeah, he did.
But
Alright.
70% equity, 30% equality. Because there are times where you need to give everyone what they need, but there are times where you need everyone to end up at the same place. Yeah, that's all.
So it's a half-half. Yeah,
She did just say 70%.
That's
30%,
why.
that's all
Oh,
half-half.
sorry. Mine is a half-half.
She's
Half-half.
a half-half.
Yeah, for like her reason lah, but hers is more towards what was it?
Equity.
Yeah, mine's half-half. Like everyone
Interesting.
equality. Everyone should like treat each other equally. But when it comes to equity, everyone works for what they need. That I'm the kind of person who's like half-half. I'm not like, oh, I'm leaning towards this, I'm leaning towards that. Because to me, like, everyone's doing the same thing. Everyone's working hard for the same thing. I'm repeating the same point over and over again, guys. Everyone needs to be treated equally. Everyone works hard for what they need. Okay? That's my point.
What the hell was that? I guess for me, I would have to agree with Munirah. I'll go for 50-50. But then even if you say that, right, it's hard to apply that into the world.
True.
Because it's either
the society.
It's either you're up for equality or you're up for equity. It's also at the same time, it's either you're up for communism or you're up for democracy or you're up for capitalism. You just choose one,
That's
Yeah,
why with
but
people
it's
now.
hard.
They,
It's hard.
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
choose one side. Like, why can't you just do both?
Yeah, like in between or something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But it's hard,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know. We have like really, really narrow-minded people, which I
Yes.
hate the most. I'm
Yeah.
like, can you just be more open-minded? Can you like accept things and understand them instead of like, oh no, I want you to be like me, that kind of thing. So I just dislike this kind of people,
I think that starts with when you're young
Yeah,
and your
it's-
parents are like, you have to be this way. You have to
Yes.
you have to
Yeah,
go through all levels. You have to go to poly.
Then you have to
Don't
go uni.
don't you ever go to IT? Like
It's the
but that's back then,
upbringing.
but now everyone's more open-minded. So I grew up that way. I mean, people asking me to be something else, but of course I didn't conform to that to their ideas.
Right.
Syazwan should be more religious. Yeah, hell no, man.
No.
I wanna do what I wanna do.
I mean, because if you conform to other people's ideas of what like the most ideal human being is, that's there's no such thing as like a perfect human being. I thought you were gonna sneeze, Mashita. There's no such thing as a perfect human being or perfect ideal, like perfect idea of a person, that how he or she's supposed to be. I feel like you have a comment about it.
No, I accidentally stepped Ashraf's.
Oh, okay.
That was unexpected.
That's why I look at Ashraf, hoping that he will notice me.
Oh shit.
Continuing.
Actually, that's it. It's just parents should, if you're a parent, you should you should allow your child to grow
Whatever
into.
they want.
I mean, not do whatever they want. Like
Like
you say that later they start
be a
smoking,
terrorist or
like
something.
you have to like see how your child grow by themselves and see what's the strength and what's the weaknesses, and then just help them with the strengths, but help them with their weaknesses, but
Focus on their
Support
strengths.
their
support
Yeah.
their strengths. Yeah.
Yeah. I think like nowadays parents should guide their child more, like not force them to become.
What
What?
like the parents want.
Yeah,
they
it's
want
like
to become. Yeah.
like I say, Asyraf, as long as you don't smoke or you don't do drugs, you're free to do anything you want, or you don't don't go Geylang lah, you know.
Damn it.
I'm not the Geylang that you're, not the innocent Geylang lah, you know, the other Geylang, you know.
Alright.
Oh.
But as long as you don't do stupid things, you know, you're free to do anything you want. I think that should be the how to say the structure of how to build your child into the kind or innocent person that people that they are. Because let's say a man is like, a father is being very how to say hateful against one particular thing, and if you keep saying, if you bring that into like your household, your child is gonna grow up the same way.
Yeah,
And
it's funny. It's like it's contradicting. Like sometimes some parents, right? They say, "Oh, I want a better life for you. I don't want you to be like me." But their actions says the opposite.
Right.
You know,
right.
they do things that they hate, and then in the end, your children's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
And I don't like that kind.
Just repeating the past, right?
Yeah, and to me, the child's upbringing depends on the parents itself.
Of course.
Yeah, because
It's what they grow up with. What?
yeah, children, they learn from their parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is back to the point of children. Parents, please be mindful of what you do. To be really honest, yeah.
Yeah, it also brings back to the equality part of the topic. If you teach your children on like to respect other people's opinions, to teach them let them learn how to respect women or respect other people's opinions, they'll grow up to do so. You know.
Yeah, because they've been
nurturing that kind of behavior and personality in that person. And people like, I mean, like, the person you are today is comprised of like your upbringing, what your parents have taught you, and your experience in life.
True.
Yeah, so but also in the same way I can't speak English.
Pronunciation
English.
Your parents' teachings also make a huge impact in your upbringing. So, if you grow up and you become a parent, try to be more free. You know, not free.
Open-minded,
You're
yeah.
open-minded.
More
Fuck.
free.
More free.
Woo! Come on.
Like for $5.99. Okay.
2 for 1 deal lah.
2 for what?
Yeah, for children.
Oh my god, no.
Stop at 3. This is stop at 2.
So at 2.
Stop at 2.
Yeah, but now you can't stop at 2. You should do more,
Yeah,
guys.
man.
Nah, be a bunny. Just
Be a bunny. Be a bunny.
yeah. Just you know. Like, until you die, you
You're
get
like
like
bunnies.
100 children. So
You got a whole litter of them.
My
What?
what the hell?
A whole litter of them.
that sounds like kitties.
Yeah, exactly. Litter of babies.
Okay.
Asyraf is weird.
Have you ever experienced any like, or ever seen or read any instances of like inequality at its worst? Like at its worst, not like slight inequality like the workplace, but
I know. Got one good one. K-pop.
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 Oh, K-pop.
Ah.
I got my ears.
You know, every time there's girl group and there's boy group.
Is it the? Are you talking about the?
Just say that. Come on, ice cream cake.
No.
Eh? What?
What I say?
Huh?
Eh?
I forgot what I was saying.
What is happening?
Like, okay, so there's girl group, boy groups, and then usually, you know, when there was one incident where this guy from the boy group, who died? Someone died, and then he said like I play instead of I pray.
Is it the pronunciation?
No, it's the spelling in a like
He typed it out.
caption.
Oh, what did you type out?
I play
Instead of
for
pray.
something. Is the you know the
Is it like what, a woman? Is it?
no, it's a guy.
It's a guy. Okay.
So he said, cause there was someone who died. It's like I think it was the American thing where there was a bombing or something, and then he said, "I play for this thing," and then people downstairs were commenting
Oh
like,
boy.
"Oh, so adorable." He's like, "Oh, he probably didn't mean that. He probably didn't research or something." But the thing is, his group has English members.
Oh.
So I don't know why they didn't like correct him. But that's the thing. So there wasn't any bashing. But this girl from that group, this one.
To that group.
To that
Like we
group.
told
Which
you.
one?
Yeah.
That group.
Of course I
Yeah,
know.
which one?
I don't want to tell you. But anyway,
Why don't
What?
you want to tell
that
me?
one girl,
You're supposed to
right?
give us context.
Okay, so this girl,
Uh-huh.
she's Yeri. She's basically the youngest, and she.
I knew it. If she was in my head, I'm like, are you talking about the youngest child in that group?
The both people are actually the youngest in the group. The two people. So the girl, she did something similar lah. She said something wrong about someone who passed away, and she got bashed. Bash. Like,
Because she said something wrong. Like
Yeah.
was it the
I don't remember.
word that was
Yeah, it
wrong?
was the word or something, or the way she was looking also, like the incident, the one where Jong Hyun passed away.
Oh no!
So you can see like he accidentally misspelled something and he didn't get bashed. This girl is sad because someone passed away
And
on
somehow,
stage.
the thing is, the person that passed away is someone really, really
Really
close
close,
to her.
and it's her senior,
Yeah.
and she got bashed for
Ouch.
that, like, oh, you are looking unprofessional, blah blah blah, you should be better. So like that's the worst thing I have ever seen lah. Like, come on lah, the both thing is like about people passing away, and you have the like audacity to bash someone about how they are like feeling,
yeah.
but the girl gets bashed, the guy doesn't get bashed. That's the weird part. I'm like,
Damn.
That's
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I've never read the story before. Like,
we should find something. I will show you.
no, don't show me. You know. After this podcast, I don't want to talk to you. I'm joking. How about you, Asyraf?
Oh well.
Let me guess, the story comes from Reddit.
Probably. I guess I put many stories on the internet over like.
Just say Reddit lah.
Hey, the internet is a big place. One of the places is Reddit. Okay,
Alright.
and so I've heard a lot of stories of like inequality and all, and like there are a lot of examples of how people can be how people can like you hear like stories of like the gender gap pula again.
Halal game.
the salary gap and like how people are paid differently based off their gender, and it's this type of thing that makes you feel like, you know, they could. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Basically, I don't actually have a personal story of like inequality. I don't know. All my experience is solely from like the internet and all that. I've heard stories of like my siblings where like guys go up to her and ask her out randomly, like while she lepak at the HDB, like, and it's kind of creepy lah. Like you feel kind of bad for people like that.
Last time it wasn't creepy, but now it is.
Oh, why wasn't it creepy back then?
I don't know.
Yeah,
cause
exactly.
last time,
creepy now.
Why is it creepy now?
last
and
time
back
there
then?
wasn't phones and anything. What? So how else are you gonna approach that person?
Huh?
Last time.
Us?
There's no phones, anything. How you gonna approach that person other than
Oh.
talking
Like,
directly?
now you have Tinder and all
Now
that.
you have everything, so it's a
True,
bit.
true,
It's considered weird if you just go to the person like, "Hi, can I get to know you?"
Yeah, I think that's more of an American culture.
It gets more creepier. You know?
Oh.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, like I don't feel like that picking up girls thing is as
Picking
common.
up girls.
That's how you do it.
Picking up girls.
I don't feel like it's as common in like Asian
Do you
cultures.
go up to girls like, hey you, babe,
Come, let's go.
You
You
go.
me.
let's go.
Right, that's not how you guys do
legs.
it. Oh, my bad. Yeah, so like it's kind of scary lah to know that people live their daily life like that, and you see like
Okay,
like that.
okay. I get it.
It's called going on a date lah. Walking together, right?
Walking together
But
is
that's
like
one person.
one leg, one pair of legs.
These are two pairs.
Once
And then
the video works.
Oops. And then like on the internet you see those videos of like guys, like a woman walking on the streets of New York, for example. And then like they record all the interactions between men and her. So there's like people catcalling and like some people trying to pick them up, and you know, if you know that happens on a daily basis, it's kind of sad lah.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my god.
I don't know, man. I'll probably act like a guy outside if it's a girl. Right, that's my opinion.
Give me your story.
Yeah, my story is the same lah.
I mean, it's not his story, it's other
Yeah
people's
lah.
story.
Other people's story.
Yeah.
They happen to
His
me.
story of other stories.
People catcall Asyraf like,
Yeah.
hey, thank you. Alright, what about Moon? She's
For
laughing.
me, I know. I think it was back then when I had when I was really active in Twitter or something. Like I've seen tweets where people are raging about probably women raging about why is there a price difference between men's things and men's necessities and women's necessities.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is-
And the price difference is huge.
Oh.
It's huge.
Damn.
Like the women's necessities are more expensive than the men's, and I don't understand why. And then it said that and I don't know, back then, like in the ancient times probably, they think that girls who what is it thing called, menstruation cycle, blood coming out, and then back I
I
read
think everybody knows what menstruation cycle is. They have to
for the kids out there who doesn't know what menstruation is. I know I've read about back then, really really old times, they didn't know what the blood is, why is there blood happening.
Chili sauce, yeah. Mom, why is that chili on my?
Yeah. And they only found out it only happens to women, and they think it's a disease. And then they said there's no cure for it. Obviously there's no cure for it. Oh my god, please use your brains.
Who said that?
It was old times, they don't know what menstruation cycle is.
Oh.
So they think it's a disease, and then they say that women's gonna die faster, and I'm like, yo. That was so messed up. That was before we discover what menstruation.
Okay, that must be damn scary.
It
To
was-
be in ancient time.
Yeah,
and
and
like, why am I
blood.
bleeding? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's scary. The thing is, it's scary.
Yeah.
And
Right.
No, even now it's scary.
yeah, and then now
Yeah.
when everything is being discovered, what it is, what they do, what that thing do, and then the price difference. Oh my gosh, I don't know why.
What kind of necessities? Like food?
No, it's like
Is it like,
it's like your
Like shampoo and all that? Is it?
your shampoo,
I see.
your
Is it like when you cut your hair, it's more expensive than the guys?
yeah,
Oh.
like that also. I mean, for hair, I think it's acceptable lah, because girls,
More hair, right?
we have more hair than guys.
More hey.
Except, actually, not come think of it. What if guys who have long hair and they are paid lesser than the girls?
Pay lesser. Oh, you mean?
They have to pay
oh.
lesser,
Ah.
just to cut their hair. I need a research on this. Yeah, so that was the one that was the part where it triggered me a lot. Cause it's the same thing. I'm pretty sure they are made the same way, but they are just for, different genders, and there's no need for girls having to pay more than the guys just because they are guys. Yeah, so yeah,
Makes sense.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Agree.
Yeah.
One, your turn.
Damn it.
Wow, we finished this.
Okay. What's the question again? Keep forgetting.
You're the one who asked.
The
and you're
supposed to remember.
The worst inequality.
Oh, the worst. I keep hearing your stories and interesting. I forgot the question about. The worst. Honestly, my childhood has always been so sheltered from these things. Yeah, because I mean, I do understand about it. I do recognize it when I'm growing up, but I don't really see it happen much often, except for one or two instances, and they weren't that bad. But then again, I hear stories online how women are mistreated, how anybody is mistreated based on their skin or gender or race or whatever. I think the worst would have to be the war between traditional people and the LGBT community. That's been happening since what the
Seems like
19
Nabi Lut, I
somethings.
think.
Huh? The Nabi Lut.
Jauh apa? You're going too far, man.
It's
Been going on since the ancient ages, all the way in the Greeks and the Romans. Probably.
I mean, technically it's not wrong, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure back then there were like, the gay communities, but they weren't like very prominent back then,
They were during
They
Nabi
were?
Lut's time. That's why they got bombed.
Huh?
think-
Who's Nabi Lut?
Actually, I also don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
It's the era where Nabi Lut was there, and then there's this island, I think, or village, where everyone slowly started getting gay and lesbian, and in the end they all kena.
Oh yeah, I read that.
I've heard
Yeah.
Spartan soldiers are all a lot gay. And mostly they have
Spartan soldiers.
sex with their like fellow
Slaves.
soldiers.
Oh.
You know.
That is disgusting.
Like it's
That's,
kind of weird,
disgusting.
but I've heard about that lah.
I can only imagine
On
the
Reddit.
album and everything.
Oh, you found that already?
Oh,
No, what
yeah.
is wrong? I'm joking. I'm joking, my friend.
Okay.
Yo, where was I?
Where were
Yeah,
we?
I read the Nabi Lut thing, but what I thought about it was just another story that people tell. I mean, I know it's in the Quran, but then
It's true, but it's probably like after a while it gets twisted, you know.
yeah, after a while it gets over exaggerated. I don't think the whole island turned gay. You know,
Right?
I'm pretty sure they're like half the people there are still straight,
Yeah, maybe,
you know.
maybe.
But I don't think like it's not like the whole world's gonna turn gay. I mean, no matter how many gay jokes you make, you're still gonna be straight, right?
Still gonna be gay.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah, that's people joke about it doesn't mean it's. I think it's just the fact that people don't want this to happen. They over exaggerate it. You know, it happens. But yeah, the worst thing is pretty much the war between the traditional people and the family oriented people and the LGBT community. There's a lot of like words being thrown against each other, which are it's all mostly, well, from what I heard, all mostly aggressive and hostile words,
Yes.
and not really constructive. Not like they sat down and I don't think you're right. You know.
Yeah, like civilized debates.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
like,
Yeah,
they
it's
have
more
more
like
like
Yeah.
F you, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This kind of thing.
you're wrong.
You're wrong. Okay, so I guess that's all I have to say about it. It's just the LGBT thing, the affair or whatever. Whatever it's called, you know. I don't want to say anything that offends people. So before we end today's podcast, let's go around the table one more time, see if anyone's opinion
Change.
has changed. So equality or equity? Which one would you choose?
Mostly equity, so maybe like 80% and like 20%. You know what? 100% equity. Get it?
Wow!
Yes. There's no in
Right.
between, right?
So Asyraf, totally equity, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Mashita, are you gonna stay with your 70%?
Still the same.
Still the same, 70% equity. Mashita still half. Mashita, Munirah half.
I'm still half-half.
Mashita.
One
Guess.
is also half-half.
I'll also still be half.
It's really depending
Yeah.
on like how we were brought up and what we experienced to be really
And the
honest.
situation
Yeah,
lah.
it's all our own experiences and how we perceive something. Like, yeah, so that's why probably why our answers are all different, except for
Yeah.
me and Syazwan. Yeah,
I guess we just, in a way, you grew up somewhat the same way.
somewhat the same way.
Yeah, somewhat the same way lah.
Okay, yes.
But not everyone grows up like us.
Yeah.
So if you guys are listening, if you have any opinions regarding equality versus equity, you can just comment down below on YouTube or on Instagram, or you can send us an email.
Comment
Comment at Spotify. How do you
Yeah, exactly. How do you comment on Spotify? I'm curious.
you record your voice like I disagree.
I think equality better.
So if you guys have any opinions regarding not only today's topic but the previous or the future episodes, just don't be afraid to tell us. We can share with the world if you want, or you want to stay anonymous but still want your voice heard. We can get that, have that arranged, and
Or you can just find us.
Yep.
yeah. So
Oh.
your voice will always be heard by
Yes.
us. Yeah.
Yes, and if you have any topics that you want to talk about, you can also comment down
Yeah.
You
below.
mean you want us to talk about?
Want us to talk about? I'm sorry.
Please give us ideas.
I mean,
Give us ideas.
we already have a plan on what topics to talk
Yeah,
about.
but-
But if you want us to talk about something that's important and that's something that we have to talk about in this day and age, we will. We will
Yes.
give our opinions. It's a friendly podcast.
Yep.
You have all of us have different opinions. But we respect each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
If you have any opinions, we will still respect your opinion.
I don't.
Asyraf, get out.
Ashraf. Ashraf. You're ruining the moment. Okay, yeah. Anyways, that's it for today. I guess I'll see you guys next week on the episode on the talk of the. Let's mess it up. All right.
Mess it up again.
Bye.
Bye.